So now today what we'll be starting with layout systems. Okay, so the first layout we'll be going to discuss today is a flex layout. So under the flex, you'll get the properties like display is one of the property that we need to use. So display is one of the property that we are going to use. Flex is one of the property. Next, justify content is one of the property. Align items is one of the property. Like a flex direction is one of the property. Next, order is one of the property. So etc. Like this flex grow, flex stretch, like this. We have many other properties. So this is the layout that you must have to learn very in depth. Why? Because so whatever the developer you have learned so far, like selectors, maybe tags, maybe everything, whatever it may be. So if you practically go to the work into the working field, so everywhere you will be seeing this flex layout only. Maximum number of companies will use flex layout. So definitely, if you got any issue need to be fixed, or if you want to create any layout, definitely you have to go with this flex layout only. So definitely you have to go. Now I'll explain the basic properties which are very important, but you have to go in depth with the other properties, because you can create a whole web page by using a flex. You have to understand how important it is. Okay, so if it is just helping me to create a whole website, that much properties I have available in the flex layout. Flex layout is one of the very important topic that we need to understand. Okay, so try to go in depth. What are the properties? What each property will do? What flex grow will do? What flex stretch will do? What is a flex direction? These all you need to understand. Okay, so now first of all, I think you already remember the layout that we seen in the previous day. Header, body, and a footer. That's what we need to create now, right? So now what I'll do? Let me check if that is available anywhere. Yeah, it's available. So this is the layout that we want to create, right? So header and body and then footer equally we need to divide. So this layout we need to create now. So for doing that, what we will do? First of all, we already divided header, and then we created this for checking the classes, right? So we will remove it. So first, what I told, whenever you're starting a layout, first you need to divide the layout. You need to understand what I need to do first, right? So first we have started with this one. So for creating this one, what we created? We created a header. So in that, I need logo will be one side, and here I will get the links. Two parts I have. So what I did, first part I have taken logo, second part I've given for quick links. So let me open it in the browser. So this is what my layout is currently looking like. Okay, so logo and also I need to keep it here. So what I'll do, so I'll just remove this selectors and all. Okay, so we don't want this because it is going to affect our layout now. So I'll just comment this. So for your reference, I'm just keeping like that only, but I'm just commenting it. So I'll start creating layouts from here. Layout CSS. So first what I need to do, I need to create this one, right? Parent I need to create. So if I want to create parent, I already created a parent header. So you can see the output, right? Where is the output? So this is the output. So header already have a border. You can see. So what I need to do, so this is the basic. So this is the basic thing that we have: logo, and then all the links here, main, content, and footer. 4 different divs I have, right? So apart from that, I don't have anything else. So what I need to do, I just need to go with the layout. First, header. Okay. So every time, I don't know how many developers follow this, but what I follow is whenever I'm creating any layout, first I'll give a border to that. Why? Because then I can understand up to what width my element is there. So up to what width the inner elements I can give. It will help me clearly. So that's why I always use the what I'll do. I'll use the border. So every time instead of creating border, what I'll do, I'll use a common class. That means the class that I can use reusable classes. What is the purpose of class selector? To reuse again and again, right? So I'll create a class called border and I'll give some properties to it. So border 1 solid 1. Okay. So this is what my class. So now whichever the element I give this class, what happens? That all elements will get this one or not? Class. Border will get. So I given border to all the elements. So now if I go to the browser, see logo I got header, main content, and everything I got the border. Okay. So now I need to divide these parts into 2 parts, right? So what I need to do? So then here, so I'll be introducing one more selector called Descendant Selector type. Okay. So what is mean by this Descendant Selector is depending selector, simply to say. For example, if you want to learn something on whom you're depending on me. So if I want to teach you something, I'm depending on this particular TV, right? So in the same way, here dependency in the sense, I want to select one element, but instead of directly selecting that element, I'll be selecting that element based on its parent or some other elements. That means, so if you see, if you go with any layout, first thing you need to learn is parent and child structure. So here, now tell me which is the parent and which is the child. Header is the parent here. So divs are the childs there, right? For example, within div, if I have something else, that will be grandchild. So it will be parent, it will be child, it will be grandchild. So for this one, it will be child. For this one, it will be parent. Like that, it will be relations will be there, right? So your grandfather will be father to whom? Your father. Your father will be father to you. Like that, even though you are have a same gene, what happening here? Step by step, generation by generation, it is changing the relation. So in the same way, same thing happens here also. Okay. So now what I need to do, I need to select these 2 divs. Okay. So for selecting these 2 divs, instead of directly giving some class or something to this, what I can do? Directly I can select from this parent or not. So how I can select? So this is how I can select using a descendant selector. So header is my parent space. Then what I'll do? What I need to select? Div, right? So if you see here, what I'm doing, I'm directly taking the both tag selectors only. Okay. So if you want to use class, you can use like here you can do the class, here you can give the tag selector, or else you can give both the classes only. Like parent class, header one, sorry, class border, and here logo class, right? So you can give like that also. But here I'm directly taking because I have only one header, and within that header only for divs I want to deal with. So that's why I'm directly taking this. Then I'll give the flower bracket. So this type of selector is called as descendant selector. So descendant selector will not have a proper structure. I'll tell you why we call this as a powerful selector and the non-structured selector. ఎందుకంటామో తర్వాత చెప్తాను. So now if you see for these elements, I want to give border. Okay. So for giving border, I can directly give class or not. So already I have a class called logo here. So I'm not using it now, but I'll use in the future. But I'll add one more class here also. So like border. So now tell me what happens. Now these 2 elements also will get the border. So if you see, logo also got the border, all links also got the border. But now what I need to do, I need to just change the color of the border for our understanding. Border underscore 1. I'll give different colors so that it will be clearly visible. Solid blue. So now if you see this is one element, this is one element. Okay. So now if you want to create the header, what I need to first I need them to be side by side. Logo will be on the left side, links will be on the right side, but both will be in the same line or not. But here div is a block level element. So each div is taking full width. Now I need to convert them into inline or inline block. So if I convert them into inline, what is the issue? I can't give height or width to that elements. If I convert to inline block only, I can give whatever I want, right? So if I want to convert that elements into inline or inline block, what I need to do? There are many ways. I can directly select that element, I can give display as inline block. But as we are using the concept of flex, so that is where we are going to use the flex concept. So here what I do, so header.do I don't want to use now currently. I don't have any use. So header. So what I need to do, first of all, when I'm using Flux, I need to understand, so which elements I need to keep side by side. For example, so I need to keep these two elements into side by side. Who is the parent of these elements? These two elements parent. Header is the parent. See here, these two elements parent is header. So I need to give flex to the parent, not to the child elements. Okay. So always the flex to be given to the parents. So header, so I taken directly selector. I can give display. Till now we have seen display properties like inline block and block only. But now one more display property is flex. Okay. So flex, I just given display as flex. So now if you go to the browser, the previous my layout is like this. But if I reload, see what happened. My element got converted to inline block. So my element got side by side, those are created. Got it? So that's what my inline block will do. Okay. So now for example, what I'll do, I have these many elements. Okay. So now if I reload, so now see what happened. So how many elements I may have? So but what happening? It is just compressing within that space or not. So if I even double it also, so now if you see what happened, if I reload, see it is not going out of my element, but it is just stretching within my element. ఎంత స్పేస్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయినా కూడా నా ఎలిమెంట్ లోపల హైట్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది తప్పితే విత్ కరెక్ట్ గా నా ఎలిమెంట్ లోపల ఫిక్స్ అయిపోయింది లేఅవుట్ అవునా. సో దిస్ హౌ ఫ్లెక్స్ విల్ వర్క్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, for these elements, if you give some minimum width, okay, like header, and within the header I want to select the div. So I'll give like minimum width of 200 px I given. Okay. So now what I'm telling, minimum width means I'm telling each element should take whether you have a content or not. I doesn't care, but you have to take 200 px minimum width. So if I reload now, if you see what happened, so each element is taking 200 px, but now if you see, is the elements are sitting within the parent, they are going out of my parent. Got it? So this much overflow I am getting. So I already explained you while dealing with the images. So when we are developing any website, we should got only vertical scroll bar. We are not supposed to get any horizontal scroll bar. If you are getting a horizontal scroll bar, it will be the definitely layout issue. Got it? So now here what happens, sometimes we need to give the minimum width to the elements, but so what is the flex basic work is, so I don't know whether what is the width of your element, I don't know whether what is the element is overflowing or not. If you give me a flex to me, what I need to do, I need to keep all the elements in a single line. That is what my basic work. Okay. So that's what flex is doing. But what we need to do, we are not supposed to allow the flex to go overflow out of my parent. So that's where I got one of the property called flex wrap. Okay. I forgot to add it here. Flex wrap is one of the property. Okay. So what is this property will do is, for example, after giving the flex to the parent only, if you see, I am dealing with the parent only, not with the child elements. So even though I want to deal with these elements, I'm not directly dealing with them. I'm dealing with the parent. Its parent is header. So I'll give flex wrap as property wrap. Okay. So now if you see, when I reload, now what happened? So if you see, the element is not overflowing, right? So basically what is this wrap will do is, it will put all the elements in a single line, flex will put, but wrap what it will tell. So you sit in a single line, but if you don't have a space there to sit, don't sit there, come to a new line. So for example, if you see these three elements have the space to sit here, 200, 200, 200, but here 200 is not there, some 150 px is there. So this element needed 200 px, but here only 150 is there. So wrap what it will tell, you don't sit there, you don't get compromised, you come down, okay, you come and create sit in a new line. So that is what my wrap will tell. So if you just inspect it and check, so for example, now each one is 200 px, right? So now for example, if I just reduce this width, okay, so like I have 180 px, see, this was space I have, like 177 px width I have, okay. So now if you see, automatically what happened, this element came and sit here or not. So what basically happens is, నాకు ఎంత విడ్త్ కావాలో అంత విడ్త్ నాకు ఉందా, నేను కూర్చుంటాను, లేదా ఇప్పుడు సి 177 px I have space. If I just give 178 px minimum width, so what will happen? See, it's again coming down because flex wrap will not even compromise for a single px. One px leak lekapayina kuda what it will do, it will kick that element to the new line, okay. So that's how my flex wrap will work. So this flex wrap, I have other properties, like if you see, no wrap in the sense by default, you know, there will be no wrap, it will be in the single line. So apart from no wrap reverse will be there. That means it will wrap, but in the reverse way. If you see now, logo is in the starting, all the links is in the last way, right? If you wrap it, but if I reverse wrap, see, all link is in the starting, and what happened? Logo will be in the bottom. That means it will wrap in the opposite direction. Got it? So that's how my flex wrap property will work. Got it? So now what we need to do, first of all, I need to delete, I don't want this one anymore, I want only two, right? So logo and all the links above. So now, for example, this element has taken some width, got it? But I want this element, so I given some minimum width here again, I think. So I'll remove this. Okay. So now if you see, it is acting as an inline block element. It will take only how much space it is required. But I want to make this element to take equal width. That means this whole width, it should take half, it should take half. Okay. So for doing that, we have a property called flex. Not the property name, it is the property. Okay. Flex is the property. So if I just give auto, what it will do? See, sorry, not parent. So this flex property here, we are dealing with the width of that element. So I need to deal with the child only. Okay. So for child, so div only, right? For divs, I'll give flex as auto. So if I give like this, if I reload, see what happened. First element taken half width, second element has taken half width. So this is how my flex property will work. Okay. So for the parent, I given display flex, and then for the child element, I given flex as auto. Or else I can even give flex as one also. If you give one also, it will take the same. Better you always give, instead of auto, go with a one, because it will equally divide. Got it? So now, for example, for logo, I don't want this much width. Okay. But for the links, I need at least 75% of the width. So that means it should take one part, it should take two parts. So now what I'll do, I'll take this class. So logo is the class, right? So for logo, I'll dot class name it is. So I'll put dot. So I'll give flex as one. Okay. But for the second class, quick links, I want two parts, not one part. So now tell me what I need to give. So instead of flex one, I need to give for the quick link, I need to give flex as two parts. Okay. So what is this flex 1, 2? This will do is, see, 100% width is there. If you give flex 1, or if you have 3 elements, each element will take how much width? 33 point some decimal, 33%. For example, for one element, I told like take one element, I want 50%. Remaining space, whatever the 50% space is there, I want to divide that equal to the remaining two elements. Now tell me, first element, how many space, how much space it will take? 50. Second element, third element, 25. But first element is taking 2 times. So that means how many elements I have totally? 3. So even though physically I have 3 elements, but virtually how many elements I have? 4. Why? Because 3 elements I have. One is 25, 25, 50. That means this third element is taking 2 times bigger than remaining elements. So automatically 2 elements here, right? For our visualization understanding. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 elements will have combination 50%, first one 25. Like that, flex will work usually. Okay. So now, as a given flex 2 parts, first suppose it is 100% if you think. Okay. So before it is 50-50. But now what I told, second element I told 2 parts. You take 2 parts. That means if you 100 divided by how much? 3 parts. So one will be 33%. This will be 33%. This will be 67% around 33. Okay. 67% this one is there. Got it? So that's how my flex will work. So if you don't want like this, how you can give? You can directly give 30% for this width as 30%. This one width as 70%. Like that also you can give. But here we are using flex property. So even if you want more, that means I want this to take 3 parts and I want this to take 1 part. That means how I can do it. For example, if I increase it to 3 parts. Now if you see, logo will have 25% and this element will have 75% because it is taking 3 times bigger than this element. Got it? So usually width will be automatically adjusted. Okay, it is not about, so if you have 100 px, that 100 px will be adjusted to all the elements. So if you give one element 3 parts, one element 1 part, so it will divide into 4 parts now. One element will have 3 parts, another element will have 1 part. So layout and ee vidhanga divide avutundi. So now if you see, I want to give this flex as 3. Okay. So now if I save it, now reload. So I got my layout is separated. Got it. Now what I need to do? First I need to put logo here. Right. So I'll download some logo. So I need some company logo. So whenever you're taking a logo, dummy logos, check if it is a PNG or not. PNG and the background transparent ఉంటుంది. Okay now. So you have to check with the logos. You have to take like see, the logo is edge to edge is there. But if you check some logos, see this one, empty space is how much empty space is there around. So you're not supposed to take this type of logos. Here also if you see, you need to take this type of logos. So I'll save this image. Save this image as, where is it? GRK Max 30. So Lenovo logo, I'll save it. Save it. So now I need to give the logo. How I'll give the logo? So within this div, instead of div this content, I'll take the img tag. So image I'll take. It is already in the directly from the access. So I can directly take this file logo dot png. So alternate, I'll give message if the image is not getting loaded, like Lenovo logo. So now if you go to the browser, so what will happen? Tell me the output. So give me overlap. Why? Did I mention any width or height to that image? No. That's why I told you always when we are using any image, you have to tell the width. Now you understand what is the issue it will create. So if I want to create, then what I need to do? Width should be logo, will be not in the percentage, that much width it will be not there. So I'll directly give width as like 200 px, I'll give first and I'll check it. So how it will come. See, this is how it coming. It is too big. I don't want this much big. So I'll reduce it now. I'll reduce it more. So from 200 px, wait, I'll go with 100 px. So 100 px is looking better, right? So 100 px is fine for me. So I'll give it as how much? 100 px. So now it is set, logo is set. Now what I need to do? I need to go with the links. So if you want to create the links, I already explained you the anchor tag. Do you remember? So what anchor tag will do? A tag. Is everyone clear with the A tag? So now I'll use multiple A tags here. Why? Because I have multiple links. So what I'll do? So A, there will be no direct link. So I'll put a hashtag because there is no destination. So now home, I'll duplicate 2, 3, 4, 5. Home, then courses, about us, contact us, login. Okay, just imagine these are my links. So I got like this. So if you see by default, as I already told you, links will be in the blue color and it will have underline. So now I need to remove those. So if I directly take, like I'll take anchor tag and I'll give like first one underline I need to remove. So I'll use text decoration. None. I don't want anything. So if I reload, so I got lost with the line. So I need to change the color now. So I need to give color as black only I need by default. Yeah. So black. Now if I reload, I got my output. Now what I need to do? I need this element to be in the right hazard. So before that, I need this element. If you see, these are like a simple sentence. I want to separate these elements, right? So for that, what I'll do? Padding I can use or not? Padding or margin, anything I can use. So instead of padding, first I'll use the margin. So if you see, margin as 10 px if I give. So if you see, this is how it got separated. So if you see, as a given margin, it should apply in all the directions. But why it didn't apply in all the directions, only in the left and right side? Because already I told you, anchor tag is an inline element. Inline element will not take height, width, and all. And margin also, it will take only left and right, not on the top and bottom. So that's the reason that I am getting like this. Clear? So let's call adjust test. Okay. So if you see here, so what happening? My layout is created. But now if you see, this element I am getting like this, but still I need some space. Okay. So if you see, this logo is here, but it is taking this much height. So something is affecting that much height it is creating. Why? Because did we given any height to these elements? No, but still it is taking that height, right? So we need to know why it is taking the height. Header. See, this is the header, right? So did I given any height to the header? No. Okay. So now if you see, alignment we need to do first of all. So for example, I want these elements to be in the center of my page, or else I want this content to be like vertically in the center. So that's where I need to use this horizontal alignment and vertical alignment. So if you want to align any elements horizontally in the center or anywhere, if you want to deal with horizontal alignment, that's where you will get the property called justify content. So justify content is a property which will help you to deal with the horizontal alignment. So next, if you want to deal with the vertical alignment, align items is the property which will help you to deal with the C. If I give like baseline, next if I give like center, what happens? If you see the elements, all the elements will be in the center line or not? but this logo is taking some space, I guess. It is taking. It's okay. So now if you see, the both I got the like this. Got it? So my links I got, but I want these elements to be in the right align. Okay. So what I'll do first for header, right? What I need to do, align items. What will I need in the center? So align items in the center. And then in the quick links, I want text decoration to be on the right side. So I want text align in the right. So now if you see, all my elements came to the right side or not? So margin, okay, I remove the margin. So now what I need to do? I need to give the margin first page, right? So I'll give anchor tag margin as 10 px. Here now I got the links under like this, but there is an issue here. So if I directly access anchor tag here, what happens? So somewhere if I use any anchor tag, it will affect there also, but that's why I need to use the specifically which anchor tag I need to take, because I need to affect the anchor elements which are there within my quick links class. Quick links class అనే ఎలిమెంట్ లోపల ఉన్న యాంకర్ ట్యాగ్స్ మాత్రమే నేను ఏం చేయాలి, ఎఫెక్ట్ చేయాలి. సో నేను ఇక్కడ ఏం చేశాను, డిసెండెంట్ సెలెక్టర్ యూజ్ చేసి సెలెక్ట్ చేశాను. క్విక్ లింక్స్ అనేది పేరెంట్ కదా, ఇక్కడ చూస్తే క్విక్ లింక్స్ అనేది పేరెంట్ క్లాస్, దాని లోపల చైల్డ్స్ నేను డైరెక్ట్ గా యాక్సెస్ చేసుకుంటున్నాను. అర్థమైందా? సో నౌ ఇఫ్ యూ సీ ఐ గాట్ లైక్ దిస్. సో నౌ I can remove these borders for the parent. Why? Because I don't want this border anymore. So border remove. So now if I save it and if I go to the browser, see this is what my output. వచ్చిందా లేదా? సో ప్రతిసారి క్లిక్ చేసినప్పుడంతా ఇది లింక్స్. సో ఒరిజినల్ గా అయితే నీ లేఅవుట్ అనేది ఎలా ఉంటుంది, ఈ విధంగా ఉంది. అవునా? సో ఇక్కడ లో మరి చిన్నగా కనిపిస్తుంది కాబట్టి కొంచెం పెద్దది చేస్తాను. I'll make it as 150. Now if you see, is it clear or not? So each one is a link node. Got it? So first step is done. So next I need to go with the second one. Second one will be the what it is, layout. Like this I need to create. So if you see now, ఇక్కడ అర్థమైందా లేఅవుట్ అనేది ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేసాము, ఫ్లెక్స్ యూజ్ చేసాము, డివైడ్ చేసాము, తర్వాత అలైన్మెంట్ చేసాము. ఓకే, నౌ సెకండ్ వన్ ఐ నీడ్ టు క్రియేట్ హియర్. సో విత్ ఇన్ దిస్ I have 3 elements will be getting, right? So I'll take how many divs? 3 divs. So before that I'll give class as class. I'll give class as first border. I need to give border underscore 1. Okay. Right. So if I go to the browser, if you see, like ఈ విధంగా వచ్చాయి. So already you know why it is coming like this, because divs are block level elements. So it will take whole bit. So same method. So ఇందాక ఏ మెథడ్ అయితే చేసామో ఇప్పుడు అదే మెథడ్ చేస్తాం. What we'll do here, we convert 2 elements. We converted using flex. Now we have 3 elements here. So same method we'll use. By using flex, we'll convert them. So how I'll do? Second section kada ఇది. So here, what is the parent here? Main content is the class, parent class here. So I'll copy this. So I'll give display as what I need to give. Flags. Next, what I need to give? So flags are given. So if I give, so it is coming like this. But now I want to make this element in the equal divide. So what I need to do now? Tell me. Check here clearly and tell me what I need to do now. Flex value to which one I need to give? This is the header layout I deal with width and height and all. So now Just check this. Seeing that, tell me how I can do it. Okay, main content I create one more. Now what I need to do? Hmm? So I need to deal with childs, right? సో విత్ అంటే చైల్డ్సే కదా, ఇంకేమి వింటున్నారు ఇంతసేపు. ఇక్కడ ఏం చేశాను, హెడర్ స్పేస్ డివ్ ఇచ్చానా లేదా, హెడర్ ఇక్కడ ఫ్లెక్స్ ఇచ్చాను, హెడర్ స్పేస్ డివ్ ఫ్లెక్స్ 1 ఇచ్చాను, అవునా. ఇక్కడ అంతే కదా. సో చైల్డ్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఏది ఉందో ఆ ఎలిమెంట్ ని డీల్ చేసుకుంటున్నాను. ఓకే, సో ఐ డోంట్ యూస్ ఫ్లెక్స్ హియర్, ఐ విల్ డైరెక్ట్లీ యూస్ ఫ్లెక్స్ as 1. If I go to the browser, if you see each one is divided separately or equally or not, equal divided. But now if you see, I want left and right to be less than middle one. That means just if I take middle one will be 50% and left and right will be 25%. So if you want to do like that, so how I can do that? Tell me. You have to tell me. Okay, left what I need to do? Main underscore content underscore left I'll do. Middle. Next. Right. So now tell me what I need to do. So left to right in here. Okay, so as you told, left comma. Right, what type of selector it is? Group selector. By using a comma, I'm selecting two elements at a time, two selectors. Tell me what I need to do now. Flex, how much I need to give? Okay. Flex I'll give as 1. Now what I need to do? Okay. Middle owner. Dot. Middle. Okay, now tell me what I need to do. Flex, how much I need to give? So flex as 2. Okay, now tell me what will be the output. Output allows them. See, now I want more than this. Middle one should take more than this. So what I need to do? Now tell me how many parts are there totally here? Elements there are 3, but how many parts? Think carefully. Wi-Fi, 1 part, 1 part, flex 1 1, but here flex 3. Got it? 1 plus 3 4 plus 1 5. So this one will take 5 means 100 divided by 5 and 10 time. So 20, 20, 40. This one will be 60. Got it? So my layout is created or not? So now what I need to do? I just need to create some height. So main content I will give height as 300 px. Got it or not? Got it. So now what I need to do? I want these elements to be center aligned. Okay. So for example, main content divs. Okay. So now I want horizontal in the center. So for that, what I do? This is the parent, right? Main content is the parent. So I'll use justify content and center. But there is no need to center. Why? Because already 100% space is occupied. But vertical I want in the center. Then also what else? So for example, vertical align. Sorry, not vertical align. Align items. Center. See what happened. Is it came in the center or not? Got it. Just imagine there is a small change I'll do. Like This one I'll give width as 200 px. Okay, I don't want this flex one. Okay, this one I'll use width as now see how it came. Got it? So it came like this. But I need to give some height also. I'll give height of 50 px is enough. I think so. Okay, 50 is enough. See, it is like this. But now what I need to do is I'm expecting an output like this, which is similar to like this. So I want, if this is the parent, this element should be here, should be here, should be here. This should be empty space. I want to create layout like this. This is what output I'm expecting. That means I want that element to take that much width only, but both horizontally and vertically, each element should be in the center. So if you just see here, I make a small thing like justified content center. If you do center, what happened? All the elements, whatever the space is there on the right side, it came to the center, right? But there is other properties that I can use here. Justify content is only property name. Under that, I have different values. Like if I give n, it will go to the right side. If I give flex n, it is going to the right end. If I give flex start, it is coming to the starting point. If I give space around, so if you see, what is this space around is doing here? See, it is creating left side and right side space. Then again, for that element also left side and right side space. Each element it is creating left and right side equal space. Got it? The impending space is, if you see, whatever the space is there, this much space, that is equally getting divided by this space around. Okay. So next property, space between. So if you see, one element, after the element, it will create space. Next element, before and after element, it is creating a space. It is in between, it is creating the space. See, it is one method. Okay. Next, space evenly. Now, what this evenly will do? See, evenly it will divide space between the elements. Got it? Starting divided, after the element, after the element, after the element. So equal space is divided or not? So like this, we can use any of this. But now the space is equally, this is good. Instead of between even this one and this one, space around is also better, but this is evenly is good. Okay. Now horizontally it is set. But now what I need to deal with? Vertically I need to deal with it. So vertically, how you can do this? Align items. Okay. So if you align items as baseline, the center, if I give, what happened? See where it is. Exactly center of my element. My element, for example, నేను సెంటర్ అని ఇచ్చాను. నా పేరెంట్ నేను చేశాను ఇదే కదా పేరెంట్ అయ్యేది. ఇక్కడ హైట్ ఇచ్చాను 300 px ఉంది కదా. ఎప్పుడు చూస్తే నేను హైట్ రెడ్యూస్ చేస్తున్నాను. నాకు ఆ ఎలిమెంట్ అనేవి మూవ్ అవుతున్నాయా? స్టిల్ నాకు సెంటర్లోనే ఉన్నాయా లేదా? If you increase or decrease the height or width, justify the horizontal and vertical, the element will be in the same position where you are given. So I given a center vertically, it should be in the center, align it at the center. So if you see, even though my height is getting reduced, my element is in the center only. Got it? So this is how your elements will work. So what are the properties I given? So for the parent, height I given. Next, justify content as what I given, space between, or I'll give space around.
Space evenly.
Okay, I'll give space around here, no issues. Then center. Go to the browser. Let the same output or not. So this is how you can create the layouts. Okay, element ni vertical ga ekkada ani for suppose point center antam ante enti oka circle undante point center ante enti ikkada element unda ekkadana undi point center ekkada unda element exact గా సెంటర్ వర్టికల్ గా కానీ హారిజాంటల్ గా కానీ ఎక్కడ చూసినా అది సెంటర్ పాయింట్ లో ఉండాలి. దీన్ని పాయింట్ సెంటర్ అంటాం. అది ఎలా చేస్తాం? బై యూజింగ్ దిస్ మెథడ్ ఓన్లీ. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇది నా ఎలిమెంట్ అనుకుంటే దీని లోపల నాకు ఎలిమెంట్ ఉంది. సో నేనేం చేస్తాను, ఫస్ట్ ప్రాపర్టీ డిస్ప్లే ఫ్లెక్స్ ఇస్తాను. ఒకటే ఉన్నా కూడా పర్లేదు, ఫ్లెక్స్ ఇస్తాను. నెక్స్ట్ ఏం చేస్తాను, దాన్ని వర్టికల్ గా సెంటర్, హారిజాంటల్ గా సెంటర్ తీసుకురావాలి. అవునా? సో హారిజాంటల్ గా సెంటర్ తీసుకురావాలంటే ఏం చేస్తాను, జస్ట్ బై కంటెంట్ అనే ప్రాపర్టీ యూజ్ చేసి నేనేం చేస్తాను, I'll give it as center. So it will come in the center. Now it is in the center. Next, align items. I'll go again center. So now ఇక్కడ ఉన్న ఎలిమెంట్ ఏమైంది, ఆటోమేటిక్ ఇట్ కేమ్ నౌ టు ద పాయింట్ సెంటర్. సో హారిజాంటల్లీ వర్టికల్లీ సెంటర్ వచ్చింది, హారిజాంటల్ గా కూడా సెంటర్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. అవునా? సో దట్ ఈస్ హౌ విల్ మేక్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఇన్ ద పాయింట్ సెంటర్. Got it? So now is our layout is created or not? Okay, so even though our layout is different here, so we created more than one. So how we can creating this layout is very easy kada. ఇది ఈజీగా కదా. సో జస్ట్ 3 ఎలిమెంట్ తీసుకొని ఫ్లెక్స్ 1 1 దీనికి 3 ఇచ్చావు, అయిపోయిందా? దీనికి ఈ విధంగా స్పేస్ కావాలి కాబట్టి దీనికి మార్జిన్ ఇస్తే ఈ విధంగా స్పేస్ కూడా వస్తుంది ఎలిమెంట్ కి ఎలిమెంట్. అవునా? సో నెక్స్ట్ ఐ నీడ్ టు గో విత్ ద footer. So if you want to go with the footer, so what I need to do? So now I need to divide the elements. In footer, how many elements are there totally? No, 9. 5 equal elements. So how many elements I need to take? Div class is equal to like border underscore 1. First one is for border I am taking. Okay. So totally 5 elements. So 1. I'll take one more class here, or I'll tell you why I'm taking child 1 I'm taking. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So totally 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, got it. So I got it like this. Now if you go to the browser and see the output, you already know the output. ఇలా వస్తుంది because div is a block level element. అవునా? నో వాటిని నేను ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి, ఇన్లైన్ కన్వర్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి. So now tell me what is the steps I need to do. You have to tell. Okay, directly I don't need to take footer class and ఇక్కడ separate తీసుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. డైరెక్ట్గా నేను ట్యాగ్ నే తీసుకోవచ్చు. So now tell me what all I need to do. Footer, what I need to give? Display as flex. Okay. So నా ఎలిమెంట్స్ అనేవి ఇలా వచ్చాయి బికాస్ ఇన్లైన్ బ్లాక్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ అండ్ స్పేస్ కూడా అంతే తీసుకున్నాయి. బట్ నేను ఈక్వల్ గా డివైడ్ చేయాలా లేదా? సో దెన్ వాట్ ఐ నీడ్ టు డూ, ఫూటర్ లోపల డివ్స్ సెలెక్ట్ చేయాలి. అవునా? సో ఐ గివ్ లైక్ ఫ్లెక్స్ యాజ్ 1. అవునా? ఈక్వల్ డివైడ్ అయ్యాయా? బట్ నాకు అవి ఈక్వల్ డివైడ్ అయినా ఈచ్ వన్ కి స్పేస్ ఉండాలి. సో నేనేం చేస్తున్నాను, మార్జిన్ యాజ్ 10px ఇచ్చాను. నాకు ఈ విధంగా డివైడ్ అయ్యాయి ఇప్పుడు. బట్ నాకు అలానే ఇప్పుడు ప్యాడింగ్ ఇచ్చాను అనుకో, ప్యాడింగ్ మార్జిన్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఏంటి? వాట్ ఈస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్? సో ఇట్ ఈస్ స్పేస్. Now if you give margin, the space is created outside, but if I give padding, the space is created inside of the element. Got it? So now all the 5 elements got created or not? Okay, so this is how you can create. So still now you have seen parent alignment check చేశారు, like aligning parent in the vertical in the point center. You can also align the content also in the point center. And ఏంటి, for example, if it is the element in the point center, in the element also you will have some content here, you can put that content also in the point center. Okay, you try to check how you can do that by using align content, and there are some properties, you check that. Okay, so now for example, this is what about basic flux. So apart from that, so there is one more property called flux direction. Till now we have seen flux directly. So now for example, if you see for this footer, I give display flux. Along with that, add one more property called flux direction. I give as column. Now if you see what happened, the flux will work in the column way. Okay, flux is there, but it is in the column wise. Previously you have in the row wise. By default it will be row wise. Now it is in the column wise. I can even reverse that column also. So if you see how many ways I can do that. So column reverse, that means reverse it. If you see 5 4 3 2 1, what it ఇక్కడ elements opposite లో వచ్చాయి లేదా. Next row, by default row reverse also I can do. Got it. So these are some of the properties, one of the property. So now you have seen what is flex will do, what is flex wrap will do, what is flex direction will do. Next one will be the order. Order is one of the property which will help us to move the elements from its order without changing the elements in the code level. And for example, my code is like this. Okay. So I want this first element to be in the fourth place, fourth element to be in the second place, and fifth element to be in the third place, second element in the fifth place. Like that, I need to shuffle them. Simply to say, I need to shuffle. Okay. So simply to say, I want to order like 4, 3, 1, 5, 2. Okay. 1 2 3 4 order నేను ఎలా కన్వర్ట్ చేయాలి 4 3 1 5 2 గా కన్వర్ట్ చేయాలి ఓకేనా సో 4 3 1 5 2 సో 4 3 1 5 2 గా కన్వర్ట్ చేయాలి ఇది నా ఆర్డర్ కావాల్సింది సో నౌ వాట్ ఐ విల్ డు దట్ ఈస్ వేర్ మై ఆర్డర్ will come into the picture, order property. Okay. So that is the reason why I have taken this extra class here, child 1 and a class. So now what I'll do, let me take class 1 by 1. So child 1. So first element should be in the order. What is order? Order I'm asking. First element a plus lo undi. Third, adi order ante aa vidhanga. Okay na? So I give order as how much? 3. Okay. So let me duplicate into 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Child 2. So child 2, what is order? Where I need child 2 will be there. Order will be 5. So before that, let me do one thing. So let me comment this. So I given only for one element, I given order as 3. Remaining elements I didn't touch, right? So if I go to the browser, now see what happened. 2, 3, 4, 5 is there, but 1 went into the last place. But what is the order I requested for? 3. Why? Because, so if you just imagine, if you are removing the first element, automatically remaining elements will be get disturbed. So that is why whenever I'm using giving order to any one element, I'm not supposed to give only for one element because I need to give to the remaining elements also. Because, for example, I have a so just imagine I have elements like this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now 9. So I just shuffle, remove this and put in the third place. So if I'm telling third place, currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the order. As soon as I remove this, what is the order became? 1, 2, 3, 4 it will become. Right? So that means instead of it will get confused because as soon as I remove that, next one will come into that place. So same thing happens. Suppose if I again give for the second element, I give an order as 5, 4. So what happens? Instead of this element, it will come here, right? So next element will come here, next element will come here. So this element will go last. After that element, it will go there. Got it? That means if I didn't say, if I remove only one element, due to the misleading of the other elements one by one, that place occupy చేయడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుంది ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇది ఇక్కడికి వస్తుంది అప్పుడు ఇది ఫస్ట్ ఎలిమెంట్ అవుతుంది సో దానికి అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది ఆర్డర్ మళ్ళీ దీన్ని షఫిల్ చేసినప్పుడు అది లాస్ట్ వెళ్ళిపోవాలి సో టు స్టాప్ దిస్ వాట్ ఇట్ విల్ డూ ఇట్ విల్ పుట్ ద ఎలిమెంట్ అట్ ద ఎడ్జ్ బికాస్ ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ ఇఫ్ యూ రిమూవ్ ఇట్ సో ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఫస్ట్ ఎలిమెంట్ అయిపోతుంది అవునా ఇది సెకండ్ ఎలిమెంట్ థర్డ్ ఫోర్త్ సో ఫస్ట్ ఎలిమెంట్ నాకు ఎక్కడ థర్డ్ ఆర్డర్కి వెళ్ళాలి అని చెప్పాను మళ్ళీ ఇది కూడా థర్డ్ ఆర్డర్కి వెళ్ళిపోయింది ఏమవుతుంది నెక్స్ట్ ఇది వచ్చేస్తుంది సో whenever I use order I need to mention order to all the elements. Got it? So Now what I'll do, for example, child 2 నేను ఏం చేశాను, order 3 అని ఇచ్చాను. So child 2 ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి మనకు, 5 with order. So if you see, if I give 5 or whatever ఏది ఇచ్చినా కూడా అది ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తుంది, last కి వెళ్తుంది. Even though if I give 1 also, where it will go? It will go last only. Got it? Because due to the remaining elements ఉన్నాయి కదా, so దానివల్ల. So now what I need to do, child 3 ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి, what is the order? Child 3 order should be 2. Okay, so next child 4 order వచ్చేసి ఎక్కడ, 4 order will be 1. Child 5 order వచ్చేసి 4. Okay, got it? Now all the elements got order, 1 2 3 4 5. Got it? So now if you see 4 3 1 5 2 వచ్చిందా లేదా ఆర్డర్, నాకు కావాల్సింది సేమ్ ఆర్డర్. సో దట్ ఈస్ హౌ యూ కెన్ షఫిల్ ద ఎలిమెంట్స్. ఇక్కడ ఏంటి, కోడ్ లెవెల్లో నాకు ఎలిమెంట్స్ అనేవి ఒకే ఆర్డర్లో ఉన్నాయి, బట్ కమింగ్ టు ద అవుట్పుట్ ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ కన్వర్టింగ్ దెమ్ ఫ్రమ్ వన్ ప్లేస్ టు అనదర్ ప్లేస్ కి షిఫ్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను. గోట్ ఇట్? సో దిస్ ఈస్ హౌ మై ఆర్డర్ విల్ గో. ఓకే, so this what about basic Flux. Okay, if you go in depth, so what you need to do today, so you just go in depth with the Flux concept. Flux concept, there are many more advantages. These are very basic features. It already killed 1 hour. If I go with in depth, it will take 1 day also. Okay, so go with the other features and try to create a good looking layout. I want you to create a layout which is similar to this one. Okay, I'll show you some other layout. So I want you people to create like this layout. Okay, so what you need to do, one header, you want to create a header with logo. Okay, so you can take these logos directly from here. Okay, I want same links like this, and I want you to create a big div like this, and I want you to text in the center, pinpoint center text. Then you just take this like this. You need to leave over this animations and all, but what you need to do, you need to take like this elements, you need to put this space right and left side equally, and then you need to create some header like this, and you need to give some background and you put some color same like this. I want you to create exact layout. Okay, you can use whatever you want. Got it? Okay, you can leave. Anybody have any doubts? Clear? Okay, you can leave.